Welcome back, Love Stylers. I'm Misty. Today we're going to be talking about the best low-carb lifestyle. And by that I mean a lot of people do this different ways. We all do it a little bit differently because everybody's different. But I'm going to talk about the way I have found it to work best for me in the last 5 years, because I've cured a lot of things and I have about 25 different things that you can heal. It can even help you with confidence. We are not all perfect. We've had some tough times. We have our ups and our downs, our times when we are on it and not on it. Totally. And I've been there, guys. I'm going to tell you some of the stuff that I've been through just to let you know that I'm not here trying to preach. I'm not here trying to say, I know what's best for you. But I will share my story about how I love living a low-carb lifestyle and the best way that I see fit to do that. So we like to talk a lot on this channel about how I lost 55 pounds in 8 sizes. I'm keeping it off, guys. And I'm getting smaller. I have not lost all of my weight yet, and I am no expert here, but I'm very, very honest and a bit of a truth teller. Thank you for subscribing, sharing, and liking. And if you've never been here before, welcome home to Love Style. Stick with me this year if you want to stay on track. I have a lot of tips. If you're interested in carnivore, if you're interested in keto, I have made all of the mistakes. So today I'm going to provide you guys with all of the wonderful things in a quick short video that it could improve for you in your life. And the things that I have found, it's improved for me. If someone would have told me a few years back, guys, that I could have saved myself a lot of heartache by just choosing different foods to eat, I would have never believed it. See, in my years, guys, I'm 50 years old. I just turned 50. Happy birthday to me. I have had some ups and downs, and I have been an alcoholic most of my life, my adult life, and even some of my teenage years. So I quit alcohol right when I started a low-carb lifestyle 5 years ago. And I talk a little bit about it on this channel, and I may talk even more about it on this channel because I was actually a guest on Sean Baker's podcast called meatrx Success Stories. Look up Misty M. meatrx, or maybe I'll try to link it. I'm not great at linking stuff, guys. But I was on Sean Baker's podcast, and they did a full interview with me. I was very, very pleased to be asked to be on the show. And I went and watched it back, guys. This was a couple of years ago. And we talked a lot about alcoholism on that channel and how I got off of my meds for high blood pressure and got rid of most of my eczema and a bunch of other things that being on a mostly carnivore diet has done for me. Check it out. It's a great interview. It got me thinking about some of the things that I mentioned on that show. And I thought I would share them with you today. If you have lost some of your confidence because you've had some troubling times in your life, or you become obese or overweight, or have other problems going on with work, family, divorces, money problems. Like for me, I'm not that confident with a lot of different things in my life. I don't like to be seen without makeup on. I will never probably be seen without makeup on in front of this camera here, guys. I don't really know what I'm doing with the YouTube algorithms. I don't understand hashtags. I don't use social media to the best of my ability because I find it very taxing and a little bit confusing. So there's a lot of things I need to embrace still, but your confidence level will improve little by little the more nutrient dense you eat. Your confidence goes up, guys. And then you start to do all the things that you have put off for all these years because your confidence might have been a little low. Guys, I'm going to look at my list to the left here. First of all, you're in ketosis most of the time when you are on a ketogenic diet. And a ketogenic diet is also keto and carnivore and a low-carb lifestyle. So this covers all of it, guys. You're in ketosis a lot of the time, which means you're burning fat, not muscle. And you are getting the essential nutrients that your body needs, first and foremost. And when you are burning fat, and if you are a female in particular, your cellulite reduction is insane. I have worked out so many years where my cellulite just stuck on there, guys. When you eat nutrient dense, your cellulite starts to improve tremendously. And ladies, I'm sure you're glad to hear this. I'm not ready to show you my thighs yet. And that's one of those confidence things that I'm working on, guys. But eventually, I will get there. Less meal prep. I used to be in the kitchen for hours trying to make these faux keto side dishes, guys. And it's fun. It's new at first, and it could be like a fun thing. And it was for me, but it became like a food obsession. And trying to make these foods like the real deal was just concentrating on eating too much for me. So now that I do more of a carnivore-based diet, I don't have to worry about food very much at all. Last night for dinner, we had meatloaf. And the day before that, we had omelets and bacon. And the day before that, we had pork ribs. And guys, I don't have to think much about what I'm going to eat when I'm doing a 90% carnivore diet. It's so great. It frees you of thinking about food constantly, which I don't think is really that healthy. So way less dishes. Way less side dishes, and stress-free. So dieting and being stress-free is not usually something you put in the same sentence. Going even more low carb can be very stress-free the more you head towards nutrient density. So also staying satiated and full for long periods of time is one of my favorite things about eating a very low carb diet. I am full for hours, guys. I've even been doing OMADs where I'm just eating once a day in a 2-hour window, and that's been working great for me. I'm starting to see the cellulite drop off even faster, and I'm loving this. Aging in reverse. People are like, why do you look younger now, Misty, than you did 15 years ago? Than you did 10 years ago? Than you did 8 years ago? Because I'd like to think that my skin is getting more taut, more tight. It definitely has a little more elasticity than it did a few years back when I was drinking and eating like crap. So your skin, hair, nails, and teeth get way better. This is something that is just almost like a bonus because most of us are worried about the inside, right? Not so much the outside as far as skin and looks like that. We want to clear our liver. And that's another thing. You know, I'm very, very concerned about my liver from drinking so many years and from eating crappy food and sugar and candy. And it does the same thing to your liver as drinking does. We're making our organs function better than they used to. And that shows on the outside and makes you look a little bit younger. Guys, increased sex drive. And for ladies, if you're over 40 or even over 30, sometimes your sex drive starts to decrease. When you eat nutrient dense, meat, dairy, and eggs mostly, and you pay attention to things like sleep, water, pink salt, your electrolytes, and getting a little bit of exercise, your sex drive will increase. And you'll start to get your little mojo back. And some of us have lost our mojo because we've been knocked down over the years, getting a little bit too fat or losing some of our confidence. Our thyroid may not be functioning properly. We may have a problem with our hormone balance. Your sex drive will increase and your partner will appreciate this. But you start to get some of these feelings back that have kind of been put by the wayside for a while. Also, you fix your leaky gut. Most of the problems we have is from our leaky gut. That's what got me started on keto when I learned about the leaky gut. I'm not going to go into it here, guys, but it's a major problem for many people today. And when you start to fix your leaky gut, things just improve all over. So when you're living your best low-carb life, also it reduces inflammation. So inflammation is one of the main causes of disease. I think if I've got that right, guys, inflammation is very, very bad. So we want to take the inflammation out of our body. And eating on a low-carb lifestyle is the way to go to reduce inflammation, big time. Also, eating this way helps you cure alcoholism. Guys, I have not had a drink since 5 years ago when I started on keto and went over to carnivore eventually. It cures alcohol cravings. And if you're not quite there yet, guys, it's okay. Go a little bit at a time, 1 drink a day, 1 drink a week. Just start to try to reduce your alcohol intake if you like to have a glass of wine here and there. I promise you it's easier than you think, which leads me to cravings for junk food and cravings for sugar. And even some like salty, crunchy stuff like I love Doritos and French fries. So trust me, this happens and you're gonna love it. So greater mental focus is one of my very favorite things about staying in ketosis most of the time in my life these days, because it makes you a better employee, a better worker. It makes you more focused in on your artistic endeavors, which is very important to me, guys. You see, I'm a musician, and check out blackeyedsoul.com. Free music, anywhere you can stream music, we are there. I am very, very focused these days. The better I eat and the more I pay attention to things like sleep and a little bit of exercise. Guys, I can even meditate now. Your emotions stay in check. They stay very, very stable. And I love this as well. But concentrating on one thing at a time used to be really hard for me. I was quite scattered when I ate crappy and I drank alcohol and I took meds. I also stopped taking meds for high blood pressure, which is one of my biggest things that I talk about on this channel. If you're overweight a little bit, it can raise your blood pressure. If you have a lot of stress, it can raise your blood pressure. And then you have to go to a doctor, and then you have to go on meds for years and years and years. I'm on no meds, guys, and my blood pressure is normal now. So it can reduce high blood pressure, and this is a very, very big one. A lot of people who are diabetics can actually come off of their diabetic medication. If you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, you can actually cure this naturally by eating on a low-carb lifestyle. Less anxiety, depression, and mood swings are not a problem when you eat low carb. The better you eat, the more stable you are with your mood. I used to get bouts of anger, guys, at work, towards my boss, towards my friends, towards anybody around me who irritated me. I would be very critical in my mind. So when you eat nutrient dense, as we do on a low carb lifestyle, these things start to become very, very easy to deal with. Things do not bother you like they used to. And this one almost sounds too good to be true, but if you have anger, depression, loneliness, critical thinking, or you let something really get to you and you become a grouchy person to be around, staying calm and being mature and being proud of yourself is very, very empowering. Start to think of how you could eat even better than you are now, even though I know you're eating pretty damn good if you're watching this channel. But honing it in even more, watch some carnivore diet videos, watch Keto 2.0 videos, go in my playlists and check out all of the things that I have to offer for you as far as advice when it comes to all the things that have helped me. Because yeah, I'm just one person in this world, guys, and I'm very, very imperfect. And that's what we have in common. But I've cured so many things. I'm going to keep going. I'm not at my goal weight, but I'm going to do this with your help. Please let me know in the comments if there's any questions you have about me, about the music, about anything at all, or any of the things we talked about today. I do want to point out that if you stick with me this year, I will give you healthy reminders. I am like your human Post-it note of things that I have done wrong, and I want to save you time so you don't do it, and you can be successful and proud of yourself. And my truth bomb today is, if you have not considered going keto or trying more of a carnivore-based way of eating, I want you to consider it today because it will help you get to your goals even faster and become healthy even faster in all of the ways that I talked about today. More of a meat-based lifestyle like carnivore can be used also as a tool and something you use almost like a cleanse. Some people will do a carnivore diet just for a week, or just for the day, or just for a meal, to get you used to the idea that this is a very satiating, healing way to eat. But a low-carb lifestyle in general is a great tool so you can get to your goals even faster. Stick with me this year, guys. I will help you along the way. Peace out.